I am very lucky. I grew up in a house chock full of books, books in shelves, books piled on chairs and tables, books on the floor, and nobody paid much attention to which ones I read. I also discovered very early in life that while adults don't like to see a child sitting around doing nothing, in my house, sitting around reading a book counted as something. It qualified as a positive activity, never mind what the book was. Having a book in my hands was a protective bubble, even if my eyes were closed and I was dozing or dreaming about riding the plains at a gallop with the Lone Ranger. A child with a book in his or her hands, preferably a hardcover book with a recognizable title like Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, isn't going to be sent out to play in the rain or tidy up his or her room or help to set the table for dinner or walk the dog. Whatever else it may be, reading a book isn't wasting time. Of course, not everybody grows up like that. It may even be getting rarer under the massive assault of digital media and the ever more sophisticated electronic devices, not to mention the manifold pressures of poverty or single parenting. That is why the most important lesson that Literary Partners teaches, I think, is that of helping lower-income parents, and not only lower-income ones, to show their children that reading matters, encouraging them to read and making books a part of the home, part of family life. Focusing on the parents, the grown-ups, is what makes the mission of Literacy Partners so special. It's not just the children need to learn early on that reading is fun. It's also that they need to know that all the accumulated knowledge, information, and entertainment in the world is contained in books, and has it been ever since books were incised on clay tablets dried in the sun and sold in a bag. The first author whose name we know, by the way, was a woman, the high priestess Enheduanna, daughter of King Sargon in the city of Ur, nearly 5,000 years ago, whose books are still in print today. The technology of the book has changed over the centuries, and Enheduanna's clay tablets, inscribed in cuneiform by means of a sharpened stick wielded by a scribe, gave way to sheets of papyrus, then to pages with writing on both sides of the page and bound in book form, a huge leap forward, then to printing, and now to Kindle and the audiobook. But the book itself remains the same, however it's reproduced or sold. It's the heart of our civilization, the most important and life-changing thing that the human animal has produced. I have written 24 books, some of which I now wish I hadn't. Edited and published hundreds in my 49-year career at Simon & Schuster, and read thousands for my own pleasure. But the sight of a new book or a manuscript still fills me with excitement and anticipation. I rush to open the package or the box and look at the first pages, always hopeful for something that will surprise me or tell me something I didn't know, or for a turn of phrase that makes me think, I wish I had written that. I am deeply honored by this award and accept it in the name of all of us whose life revolves around books, authors, publishers, booksellers. It is an old and an honorable trade. And thank you all for making readership more widespread. There is nothing more important than opening the mind of a child to the wonders of literature and knowledge that are contained in that most amazing and influential of inventions, the book. Thank you.